From New Mexico to Maine, a massive winter storm impacting more than half of our country, leaving snow, ice, and bitter temperatures in its path. Coming up on your screen, you're looking at what just fell in our parking lot just moments ago as this winter storm continues to blow through our state. From roads to power outages, we have team coverage tonight. But first, let's get you right over to Chief Meteorologist Byron Morin.
Hey there, Leah. This storm playing out pretty much how we thought it would. And look at the snow that is coming down in the Ruidoso area right now. And this is the second wave of this storm system. And that's what we expected to be colder and snowier. 19 degrees in Ruidoso. Of course, you had some ice in the area earlier. They've already had over 13 inches of snowfall reported at Ski Apache. Albuquerque, we had that sleet and also some graupel and rain earlier. You see the mountains are coated in the snow right now. 41 degrees reported from the Sunport with a wind chill of 37 degrees here in Albuquerque. And you see that wave of some sleet and also graupel and rain that pushed across the Albuquerque metro. But we look back to the west because that's where our next piece of energy is coming from. And this is convective. Some lightning strikes here around Gallup and Grants and also into portions of Arizona. This is the last piece of energy that is going to swing through New Mexico, interact with that Arctic air in play and the Pacific moisture to bring that next wave of snow across New Mexico and a better chance of accumulating snow as well. So winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings for a large part of the state with the heaviest impacts. Again, focus in eastern parts of the state where we have those bitter cold temperatures. It's just 9 in Clayton and Clovis right now, 18 in Roswell, and those wind chills are even colder, below 0 for Clovis into Clayton. We do have cold weather advisories and warnings for southeast New Mexico all the way through Monday. You want to protect your pets as well. Coming up in just a little bit, meteorologist Olga Breeze will be back timing it out hour by hour, and we could see snow right here in Albuquerque while you're sleeping. But first, back to Leah.
All right, Byron, thank you so much. Well, take a look at this footage out of Ruidoso. You can see those tree branches on top of those vehicles, snow and ice likely causing them to fall on that van and that truck. Those branches so heavy, they quite literally left their mark on those vehicles there. And that ice is also taking down power lines. This is all out of Ruidoso as well. You can see just how heavy they've become. Icicles dangling from the lines there. And oh, there we go. There's that video there. Well, as many as 3,000 people were without power. Village officials say once those branches are coated in ice, they can't hold much weight.
We have a lot of wires that have been brought down by the weight of the ice on them. And then in addition to that, a lot of trees that have fallen, and some of them have fallen on the ground, on vehicles, and some of them fall into the lines and pull the lines down.
Power restoration times can vary depending upon the amount of ice and how much damage it causes.
If we get major icing, it could start taking poles and arms down, turns into a little more significant restoration event, more crews, longer time period to get that done.
Xcel Energy serves the eastern portion of our state, and officials there say that their system is built to handle certain levels of ice and wind. They have around 100 crews plus additional servicemen ready to respond. And PNM says it's also working to keep power on during this storm. If there are outages, they have these tips.
Some batteries, some flashlights, things that you may need in the event of a power outage. If you experience a power outage, we encourage customers to report that to PNM. If you do end up seeing a downed line or a downed power pole, stay as far away as possible.
And we're seeing some major power outages in the southeastern part of our state, affecting communities from Ruidoso to Roswell. Right now on our KOAT app and our website, we have an article where you can track those outages. It has maps of the different utility companies, and you can look for it on our homepage. Because of that weather, there have already been some serious car wrecks all across New Mexico. This crash happening early this morning in Chavez County. The sheriff's office says icy roads caused this truck to completely roll over, then land right side up. It crashed off US Highway 70 near Roswell. In Clovis, crews at the Department of Transportation are plowing I-40 because of icy conditions. Crews are saying the eastern portion of the state are seeing the majority of the impacts. And in Ruidoso, the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office warning drivers earlier this morning of multiple crashes along US 54. That's between Carrizozo and Corona because of icy conditions. And Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham issuing an emergency declaration ahead of this storm. $200,000 will be available to support communities statewide. The State Emergency Operations Center is activated. That's to coordinate resources and collaborative agency responses.
It's going to be cold for such a long period of time that there may be power outages, there may be damage to infrastructure. And so that is what we're probably most worried about is those freezing temperatures for multiple days at a time.
And this is a look at current road conditions. This is a look at the wet and slick roads in parts of New Mexico. We'll work to get that map up there for you. But if you look at it yourself, yellow indicates difficult driving conditions and red means severe. Green means that roads are wet and they could be slick. And as a reminder, you can check on the latest road conditions anytime on our website and our app. Winter weather always makes traveling more difficult. Experts say having an emergency kit inside your car can keep you safe even if you aren't planning on making a trip out during this weekend storm.
Some people don't plan to go out, sometimes there's an emergency, you have to leave your house. So just go ahead and put together that vehicle emergency kit. Well, you want things like traction aid. So sand, salt, non-clumping kitty litter can be good. Traction mats. Also, that way, if your tires are spinning out, you'll have something to give you traction.
And other essential items include shovels or ice scrapers, extra blankets and towels, and even something like a candle or matches that can help keep you warm in case you get stranded. Driving is highly discouraged during this storm. Remember, don't rush, slow down and leave plenty of room between you and the vehicle in front of you. Don't use cruise control. It can increase your chances of losing control on those slick roads, and always plan for delays. Well, keeping warm is top of mind for all of us. New Mexico Gas Company says it is prepared for the demand.
Not just for this storm, but for any big winter weather that we anticipate.
Okay.
Every time we go through a number of routines, we have all of our trucks come in and fill their fuel tanks so they're ready to go if something comes up.
Power or gas and need a warm place to stay. There are warming shelters set up all across our state. Those are scrolling on the bottom of your screen, or you can find a complete list on our app. And don't forget about your furry friends. They too can suffer from frostbite or hypothermia. To keep them safe, put them in a coat, protect their paws, and limit their time outside. If they do have to stay outside, make sure their water doesn't freeze and that their shelter has straw bedding, not hay. Lastly, consider wiping their paws after walks to remove salt or chemicals. Well, the East Mountains were blanketed with several inches of snow overnight. KOAT's John Rapolo is live in Edgewood. Hi, John.
Yeah, it started snowing here about a half hour ago. This is, of course, part 2 of that winter storm that we've been telling you about. Now, last night here, they got overnight about 3 inches of snow. Obviously, as you can see, there is more coming. Now, earlier today, we spent some time with road crews here in Edgewood. They're working 12-hour shifts around the clock. They'll continue into tomorrow. Crews tell us they didn't do much plowing overnight, but rather focused on sanding the major roadways. Town officials say no major problems as a result of the storm. But the biggest issue here has been that black ice on the roadways. It can be deadly if drivers aren't cautious as those temperatures drop. The problem you're looking at right now is black ice. Can you talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, what it's turning into, and it's going to get, it's saying about single digits and everything tonight, so it's going to get pretty cold. So, and what we got and everything, we got some rain and snow last night.
All right, New Mexico DOT telling us they will continue to treat I-40 and those off-ramps through the night. 2 major concerns here tonight in Edgewood. It's the snow accumulation that, as you can see, is coming. And, of course, as we said, that black ice. We're live in Edgewood. John Rapolo, KOAT, Action 7 News.
All right, thank you so much, John. Well, we'll head over to meteorologist Olga Breeze with the timeline of this storm as it exits New Mexico.
Yeah, we are definitely keeping an eye on the back end of the system, and there's also a possibility for many different types of precipitation overnight and into tomorrow morning. All depends on the vertical temperature profile. In other words, where we have all freezing temperatures from the sky all the way down to below, we're definitely going to see all snow. But there are areas that could see maybe a warmer warmer level further up in the atmosphere. That will allow those crystals to melt a little bit and then freeze as they hit a pocket of cold air. So sleet is definitely a possibility overnight and into the morning. Then there's the freezing rain. That's where we have temperatures above freezing, but freezing in contact with that very cold surface. And then, of course, what we've seen here in the Albuquerque metro, all rain. So this definitely continuing over the next several hours. We've got our future track looking at about 7 o'clock tonight. And notice that most of that snow is off toward the east. We've got the rain to the south, but still it will shift gradually. But during the early morning hours, that's when we're expecting the crossover here in the Albuquerque metro. After about 2 a.m. into maybe sunrise, we should see some snowflakes falling from Santa Fe all the way down towards Socorro. Then gradually we're going to move this thing out by midday tomorrow and even see some sunshine into the afternoon and the evening. Aaliyah?
Olga, thank you so much.